Hello, welcome to Pop Culture Clash. Yes, we have a name. I think everybody liked the Culture Clash thing from a couple of weeks ago, and we decided to add pop at the front because we're poppy kind of guys. I'm Marcus Beer. Joining me, as always, is John Santo.
Howdy.
And Jeremy Hoffman.
Hello, hello.
John, you did a fantastic job hosting last week.
Oh, thank you very much. That was weird.
Why, the sexual chemistry was missing, wasn't it?
It was very strange. I don't know. It was incredibly nice to actually have Elise and Brandon here. I thought that provided something different, but at the same time, it just felt strange because I had to talk. Maybe I don't know. I mean,
you were the elder statesman of the
to
group?
some extent. Yeah, that's really I don't like that kind of responsibility.
Don't worry, it's only going to happen next time. What, in PAX?
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm there. I'm ready.
Okay.
PAX? No, I think I fly out. No, I fly out Wednesday at PAX, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
All right.
I'm so confused. We'll
Anyway,
figure it out.
On with the show. We have an action-packed show. Lots of great geeky, pop culture-y type nerdy news this week. We're going to kick off with D23.
Yes.
And that's not actually something... I actually, for the longest time, thought it was like some creepy video game company. There was like a mutation of D3. But no, it's D23, which is the Disney
Fan Expo. So one new thing on the show you probably noticed is it's Saturday morning. Works out a little bit better for everyone here, and so we could talk about
asleep.
current things. Yeah,
Well, it's Saturday morning for the moment, but we'll see what happens because there's another show coming back just after PAX that sits in that slot.
Take it off.
What
doesn't
show?
have to be the same slot.
That'd be my show.
Oh, you have a show? No.
I do apparently.
Oh, all right.
So
I'll
yeah,
check
right
it
now I'm at this moment I'm down at D23, which is the big Disney Fan Expo, and you're like, oh, okay, why? What does Disney have to do with this madness? But with Star Wars and Marvel,
I think you just answered it with just two of those things.
It's done. So. This will be the first time I've actually ever headed down to that convention.
I know Brandon Jones is actually he canceled his vacation to go to D23.
Are you serious?
That's how hardcore the boy is.
Oh,
he's a hardcore fan. So, there's lots of kind of things being shown this weekend at D23. Yeah. They have a 2-hour panel on Saturday morning for all of the movies. They're telling us right now it's Captain America, Thor, Maleficent,
right.
Tomorrowland. I'm assuming we're going to see some Pixar stuff in there. There's
Planes.
There's rumors. There's some rumors about Star Wars. Are we going to hear any Star Wars news this weekend?
They've got to throw some Star Wars.
I feel like they have to at least, throw out a title.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Star Wars TV show.
Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on Sunday.
Okay.
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
They're actually
showing. So I'm going to try to get into that. I have no idea if this is going to be Hall H level lines for D23. I'm a little terrified. So
you're going to have to
bring
fight
a pillow.
numerous Snow Whites to get in there.
And Disney doesn't.
I had that dream once. Disney doesn't. Pretty awesome.
Disney doesn't do anything at other conventions, right? They save everything for this.
Yeah, I think they kind of have to. At least with the Marvel stuff, they do some big stuff down at Comic-Con, right? Because you have to. But I think they save a lot of their other movies for this. So it's like Saving Mr. Banks, which we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Right.
They're going to show a little bit more of that. It's just a lot of. It's really a fan expo, but it sounds like there are 3 big kind of nerd things that are going to be there.
I was going to say, and you were showing me the list of stuff yesterday. And it's like a full blown convention because they've got like signings from like Belle, the voice from Beauty and the Beast, is going to be there, and she's going to be like signing somewhere.
And
it's this
every
insane...
morning, like a new Disney princess opens up the doors, and it's her and whoever the prince is. It's very Disney, so it should be fun. If you guys are down there. You see me running around.
It's the crappiest place the happiest place on earth.
I love Disney.
Look, I love Disney too. I really do. I think you're going to have a lot of fun, but then I'm also going to be sitting at home playing other Disney-related stuff this weekend.
Yes.
Anyway, let's talk about some of the other things that we're expecting. I mean, you wrote this up. You've got theme parks on there.
Theme parks.
Do we have some rumors that we're finally going to get Marvel World?
No, I think so. This is one of those weird things. We often, I feel like, have to go back to talk about the legality of who owns franchises with this stuff. So Marvel's theme park stuff is still licensed by Universal, I think, until 2016. So they can't do anything Marvel, but the big rumors are Star Wars.
Well, because of course they already had Star Tours.
Yep, and there was, that whole kind of Tomorrowland section of Disney's getting a little dated. just a little bit.
You mean the House of the Future from 1953 is
Yeah,
no longer the
well,
future?
that's now like the Stark Industries like expo.
Oh, is it really?
They've
Oh,
added a
of
bunch of
course,
that type
of
of stuff,
course.
which is smart. But I was there a couple weeks ago and saw Captain EO again, which is just like,
Wow.
let's talk about dated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they relaunched that because of Michael Jackson's
Right,
passing.
right.
Yeah, I
It
mean, they
did
came back.
gangbusters for
Yep.
them. So let's,
But there's rumors right now of like down in Disney World, like they're gonna build out like the whole cantina.
So
Like,
but this is the thing. We're all going to get excited about the prospect of the cantina and being able to step inside the Falcon and ride in X-wings and whatever. Unfortunately, what we're probably going to get is the Ewok Village Remendo.
I was gonna say or Jar Jarville, something funky.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, don't mean to piss on your
Yeah.
parade.
No,
but I'm just
yeah.
putting the expectation.
Yes and
out
no.
there.
I think if you look at the way that Disney markets all the Star Wars stuff, at least currently in the parks, like as you leave Star Tours, you go down and to the Star Trader, and you could buy Mickey as Luke Skywalker
Right.
and Goofy as Vader, or is it Donald as Vader? But
And
whatever.
Goofy's
R2D2
Vader,
is
right.
Mr. Potato
Yeah.
Head.
Yeah,
and-
but it's like, but those are all the classic characters they always go with.
Right.
Like I don't see Minnie Mouse as Jar Jar, right? It's like they focus on the classic stuff. So I'm hoping, and even with Star Tours, yeah, there's the one pod racing section if you unlock that in your ride, but like the pod racing in first person in Star Tours is actually really fun, so it works.
I haven't actually done Star Tours in long enough in such a long time that I haven't actually done the pod racing thing.
Yeah.
But I have done the scariest version of Star Tours ever, Euro Disney, when it's in French. When you're in line and C-3PO is talking to you in French, no disrespect, my French cousins, but when he is burbling away in French, it's really disconcerting. Okay, what else we got from D23? I mean, obviously, Disney Infinity, but that's more of a games type thing.
Fantasia's going to be down there. The other big thing I'm super excited about is they're doing a showing or screening of the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going to, camp out in line for that or whatever I have to do to come back and report on that next week.
When is that? Do you know when that debuts on television?
Yeah, I believe it's
Don't they normally kick in?
it's the
late
middle of
September,
September,
October,
It's
somewhere in
mid-September.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a September show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a couple weeks away.
not too long to
too
wait,
far,
but
but
long enough.
5 weeks out that we
Right.
could start. And I want to see how
Clark-
is it that Coulson lives? And
Well,
Yeah.
you can tell us all. You can tell us all about it next
Yeah.
week. All right. So moving on, and we're from Disney to let's talk about what's opening this weekend, and let's talk about a Disney one that's opening this weekend, so we can get it out of the way because it already smells. Planes.
Planes, the
It's gonna be huge.
movie based on the world created by Pixar that
Cars with
made by
wings.
Pixar. But I love and we were talking about this yesterday,
Yeah.
like that trailer, they can't say
from the makers
Pixar
of Cars or from
made it.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause Pixar
because they didn't
Right.
make
No.
it. So it's all these very they try to throw the Pixar and
Right.
Cars name in as many times
yeah.
as they can.
From the company that owns
So,
Pixar.
so let me ask you: does Pixar still have the cachet now? Given what's happened over the last 2 years, because Monsters U came out, and I loved Monsters Inc. One of my favorite films of all time, regardless of who made it.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother to go see Monsters U. I know you saw
I
it.
loved it.
I just, the trailers, they didn't seem to have any of the
Well,
edgy
go back-
coolness of the first one.
No, go back and watch every single Pixar trailer that's ever came out. And they are
yeah.
the worst trailers.
I would disagree because, like I said, I went to see Monsters Inc.
I
after
would-
hating things like Finding Nemo, and I liked, but I didn't really care too much about Toy Story. But Monsters Inc. and Incredibles are the two standouts for me of the Pixar era.
Right, but even go back and watch that first Incredibles trailer. It's awful. It's all the action stuff. It's none of the family stuff. I think Pixar actually, I don't believe cuts their own trailers.
No,
I think
that
it
was
goes.
that was always kind of
So
a Disney
I
thing.
think they don't give out the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
And Up had a terrible trailer. If you would have seen the trailer for Up, you would have thought it was about talking dogs only.
Up's trailer was pretty horrible.
Uh,
And I wouldn't even
Wall-E-
say horrible. It's just it's nondescript. They're
It's just
very-
not. Yeah, they don't do a good job kind of explaining the story in the universe.
Yeah.
So I never let the Pixar trailers throw me because they're always kind of awful.
I guess I'll wait. Till
And
it comes
Monsters
on
U made
TV.
it made of anything. Pixar's movies still make buckets of money. I mean,
Yep.
it's like they make a ton of cash.
But I mean, even
Have they
Monsters U didn't make as much money as the previous. I mean, it was.
I thought it was like near the 200 million mark by now.
It pulled in a lot of money, but
Right.
it didn't pull in
Right.
the Pixar
Right.
Well,
War
I think the
chest.
Pixar that's kind of gone away as well, though. Like everyone puts out these awesome CG movies now.
It's
right?
odd to think
Like,
that almost everybody else has caught up. Yeah.
and they're all getting there. I feel like most of these studios are putting out movies that are the worst of the Pixar movies.
Right. Yeah.
But they're
Well,
definitely starting to rub the
Despicable
bottom.
Me, Megamind. In fact, Despicable Me and Megamind remind me more of the Pixar of Monsters Inc. and The Incredibles than Pixar does nowadays.
Interesting.
All right, so I think we're all in agreement that we don't think Planes is going to take off.
Hey.
Oh, come on! I've been saving that one all day.
File it.
I hate to say it. I think it is. I think
I'm
it's,
sure
I
it's
think it's
gonna
going to be
make-
massive.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be the biggest.
Not
movie
for
this
us. I
weekend.
mean, nobody. This sounds horrible. Nobody legit's gonna like it. No, it's. I mean, it's good. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, which is it's gonna get all the kids in, like everybody who saw all the kids who saw Cars and Cars 2, and that's their biggest franchise. Cars is their biggest franchise.
Yep.
It's bizarre.
It's Cars, man, and it's
well,
airplanes
I mean,
and stuff
it's-
like that.
yeah,
it's
it's
crashing
Pixar
together and they
meets-
talk
Is
and
there
they
a
do all that
Happy
whole
Meal?
thing. I
Probably.
wouldn't doubt it. Somebody has to have
Yeah.
contract
I find you
that
can
stuff.
always judge a movie success by
by which
commercial-
restaurant picks them up.
And normally, if you're attached to Subway, you're screwed.
Yeah, Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger,
Yeah.
John Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Disney for all their animated usually go McDonald's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Don't.
The next film that opens this weekend, which doesn't seem to fall into the remit of this show, but I'm happy it's in there because it's We Are the Millers.
Yep. Actually, we screwed up. It's We're the Millers.
We're the Millers.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got Jason Sudeikis.
Yep.
And Jennifer Aniston.
Yep.
And Jason Sudeikis is a pot-buying, stonery type guy who goes to Mexico and needs a wife
And kids.
and kids. And Jennifer Aniston is his stripper neighbor
Yep.
who does a strip routine. So I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm of the generation that still thinks Jennifer Aniston has always been one of the hottest things ever.
Well,
and I know it's totally sexist, but I think the movie actually looks really silly and right up my alley. Anyway.
I would actually the reviews are coming in and they're not that great. It was a shame because I was actually hoping, my fingers were crossed, that it might be kind of the breakout of the summer, that it may be one of those
Hangover-esque.
sleeper hits. Yeah, exactly. One of those
Yeah.
things. It's like all of a sudden you're like, because there's a great shot in the trailer where you see a killer whale eat a dolphin in a giant tank, and that's, for some reason, that slays me every time I see it. I don't know why.
Well, the fact that it's one of those sort of like throwaway scenes in
Completely.
the background.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
it
just a
does
shot.
Have, it has a good cast. I mean, there's a bunch of SNL alums who
Yep.
pop up in various
Yep.
different.
Well, it's
different
R-rated
ways.
as well,
yeah.
It's R-rated. A teenage boy gets his penis bitten by a tarantula.
Always a plus.
Always comedy.
Always
Yeah.
funny.
So I think
Gold.
that's one that I think I will probably catch up with at some point. But obviously the one that appeals, I think, to all of us,
Yep.
Elysium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cannot
Halo
wait.
with Matt Damon.
Yeah. Whose reviews are starting to come in, and it's
They're
not
fine.
as
It's not as, it started off pretty horrible actually. Like
Yep.
when the first reviews came in, there was a lot more negative than positive. But it's finally, if on the Rotten Tomatoes, it's in the 70s right now.
I feel like for a sci-fi summer blockbuster movie, that's not terrible.
It's not. No, I mean, considering this summer, I hate to say
Yeah.
it hasn't been that horrible. But no, it's. I mean, it's Neil Blomkamp who gave us District 9. It's another dystopian world, this time dealing with class and Medicare. Apparently, is what it seems like if you watch the trailers. And I don't know. I mean, it looks fantastic to me. I can't wait. I just need something. Not even things going boom, just like great Matt Damon.
Yeah, I
and,
feel like
know.
it's if it's anything like District 9 and how they ran that campaign, we've only seen the first third
Little
of the
bits of it
movie.
completely, yeah.
Yeah, we all get the general gist that something's happened to him and he needs to get to Elysium to heal himself.
Yep.
And there's a kid who's dying too.
Yeah.
But I just got to say, props to Neil Blomkamp, and I'm going to hop on this for using all the concept art that they generated for the Halo movie,
yeah.
for actually Elysium.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what me as a gamer, that's the first thing I saw, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I think I like that idea of this whole world above us. Well, the haves and have-nots, the 99% and the 1%. And limited space up there, and I got to say, I mean, the idea of Matt Damon,
Yeah.
it's right up there with Mecha Streisand for me as something
Wow.
I really want to see in a movie. I mean, ideally, I would like him to go all Team America and go, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
But
Sure,
he
I'll do
won't.
it.
But I think, look, I like Blomkamp stuff. I think he can get the best out of his actors. I think the interesting thing for me is to see how Neil Blomkamp actually handles the big budget, because District 9 was more of
Tiny.
a tiny budget indie-esque movie, even though it had some great effects. I
Yeah,
had no
amazing
problem
effects.
with the aliens, but big star this time around, actually a couple, Jodie Foster and
Yep.
Matt Damon, huge. It is a tentpole movie. And yeah, I'm going to be interested to see that. So that's actually that's one I'm going to watch this week.
And this is kind of the capper of the summer. This is it, right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't think there's much else.
I mean, for big kind of blockbuster sci-fi, yeah, we have The World's End.
Oh, right, World's End is still coming out,
In
right?
a couple weeks.
Right.
That'll be good.
You should tell them what we're doing for the World's End, Jeremy.
Should I?
Yeah.
They're so the Cinerama Dome.
Which is
I was out at dinner with Marcus at QuakeCon, and I got an email from the Cinerama Dome saying that they're doing all 3 of the movies.
3 Flavors Cornetto
The
trilogy.
Cornetto trilogy.
So Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, and I immediately bought 4 tickets, tweeted about it, and I've never seen Marcus move as quickly as he did.
Yeah,
he
was
flew
8
down
feet
the
away-
edge of the
Yeah,
table,
he was 8 feet away from me.
and but it felt like I was next to you.
Yeah,
and he
well, I was
grabbed
all-
me,
yeah.
and he's like, "I want to go," and so we're gonna do that. A couple other people from the office are
Well, not only
hopefully
that,
gonna go.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and
Frost.
Edgar Wright, they're doing a Q&A.
Yep.
And they're serving pub snacks.
And who else is going to be
Really?
there? Who
Yeah.
knows? I'm sure some other people will be there.
Yeah.
It's LA. They always
LA.
pull in some people. So I did the same thing for Hot Fuzz when that came out.
Nice.
So I'm definitely excited for that one.
Nice,
And
yeah.
that'll be
2 weeks.
22nd.
Yeah.
2 weeks today.
Yep.
We'll because we film
We'll
on the
report
Thursday.
back.
We record on the Thursday, so yes. Yes, this is the we're coming up on the end, and I got to say, and I think this is something we can talk in a couple of weeks, but I still remain underwhelmed by this theatrical cinema release season. But you know what's awesome is that we still have some cool fall movies to look forward to.
True.
And there's always classics that come out on Blu-ray.
Yes,
Have
there
you
are.
seen anything good lately on Blu-ray, John?
I saw a classic on Blu-ray. Actually, I just purchased a classic on Blu-ray. Ladies and gentlemen, that film is called Ishtar, 1987. It stars Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty, written and directed by Elaine May. They keep giving me shit over this. Ishtar
You get 2 minutes.
I get 2 minutes, quick. Ishtar is a legitimately good movie. It came out in 1987. It was much maligned by the press because of budget overruns, and there was all kinds of reports on infighting and who was in control of the film, blah, 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 blah. It destroyed the movie at the box office, and it is now known as, one of these great big box office bombs like Heaven's Gate or Waterworld or John Carter now, etc.
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger, yeah, can now be added to that list, that's for sure. It is a legitimately funny movie. It's a great comedy. Oh, no, I'm being timed. It's a great comedy. It's hysterical. It has these brilliantly bad songs. The concept is Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty play singer-songwriters who are trying to get a career going. They suck. They are the worst. And their songs are hysterical, written by Paul Williams. They get a gig in Ishtar to go sing for tourists in the desert and get embroiled in this whole political fiasco about freedom with the freedom of the country. It's a great satire of politics. It is a great satire of celebrity and fame. They flip roles, so Dustin Hoffman is actually playing the ladies' man, while Warren Beatty is playing the meek, kind of doofy loser. How's my time?
Almost out, mate.
Okay, it's great. Anyways, Ishtar, it's been unavailable on DVD forever. It finally came out on Blu-ray after many delays, and check it out. I swear to you, it's actually a very funny film.
Well, we'll take a break right now. Let you guys go pick up Ishtar, and we'll be back in a minute.
Ishtar!
And I lie down and give him 1 minute and 15.
Son of a bitch.